Bring a hungry stomach. Heart risks a lot of faith. This man has embarked on a journey of survival. 7 days on the island. No Wi-Fi, no fast food, oh one ball people. Only marine fish and sex. The cold rainy nights. And the mornings wake with the wind howling. Is this a dream vacation? Or a nightmare that makes you cry? Everything will be revealed on the journey of survival. This dramatic to choking. In the middle of the sea is a deserted island. One shadow people, where there is only wind, sun and mosquitoes as friends. Accidentally caught a man's blue eye, specializing in conquering nature. He's Xander, who carries within himself the desire, become a true survival expert, not afraid of hardship. I decided to survive on the island. 7 days to prove yourself. And so he got on a boat and headed straight for the island. It arrived very quickly. He waved goodbye to the driver. Then the brave entered the land. Just landed on the island. The scorching heat made my throat dry. There is no water, only sweat flowing like a stream. Wish. My simple thing right now is there's a shower. For cooling and quenching thirst. But this time, I didn't bring you any food or water. Literally, hand does not start the fight for survival. In times of despair, the sea is rough. A coconut washed up on the shore like a miracle. Without hesitation, I held it back like a treasure. Not over. I even picked up some plastic bottles with water in them. I don't know what water. I was too thirsty to close my eyes. Lucky to fresh water. The right kind of fish to meet mouth water laughing to bring years. Then, and he kept finding more water from the coconut tree. Tried to hang the test all the time. To use bamboo as a weapon to poke coconuts. And the sudden effect of a falling fruit. He quickly used a coconut knife to take a sip. The cool feeling of land radiating like a party in the throat. It's really refreshing, there's no words to describe it. With falling coconut, fresh water, and the ability to temporarily have long water, don't worry about being thirsty anymore. Next, he went back to his familiar coconut tree and used the old, take out the cover. It's like playing bowling. Melons just roll on the ground. A total of 3 crops were harvested. Makes you laugh with glee. Hugging back, running like a precious hug. On the way home, God continues to bless. Give me a derelict life jacket. It's a trick in the middle of the island. Back to the shady, empty land. He pulled out the drifting coconut before. I found a white coconut right away. Delicious, hard to resist. Without hesitation. Clean up the coconut rice. Aim the sea, wind blowing vivu. I thought I was sitting there 5 years ago. Eat full. Then collect water from the plastic bottle you picked up. Put it all in a big bottle. Finished products. A bottle of water as sweet as the spring of love. Plus some coconuts stored in the warehouse. Now the fear of water shortage flies with the wind. You continue to unpack your contraptions. Let's bring the first aid kit from home. Unmanned aerial vehicle. 8 battery backup camera. Lightweight clothes and shirts to stay on the virtual life. There are also fishing lines, hooks, umbrellas, headlights. A versatile kit like Batman's gear. And the sweet knife. Especially can't lack your love. A pack of good coffee, standard coffee addicts. I also brought a mini hammock. Let the evening swing. Then to brush your back against the hard sand. Not all scuba gear is being prepared. From glasses to snorkels and a fish javelin. To be ready, hunting in the ocean like a professional hunter. The next guy started walking around the island. As a survival detective, treasure hunt, looking for a place to build a tent. On the red road, suddenly he hit his head. A helmet tucked under a tree. It's not bulletproof, but the sun is fine. Continue to search. He discovered a mysterious wild fruit. Take raw as a doctor. Inside the whole county, if you try licking a piece, you tear your tongue like a mutant pepper. God is poor, God loves. Give me a wonderful empty land. Just moving through is enough to build a cottage. There are also wild eagles around. I know the potential of the roof. Rainproof, sunproof. It didn't stop there. I even picked up a light bulb. I don't know who threw it out here, maybe to smash rocks if you get bored. Deep into the jungle, I found quite a delicious tree. Ideal material for building a home. Again hit the trick, he picked up another coastal coconut. After sharpening the knife, it is necessary to remove the smoke. It's as cold as drinking water. To avoid inland drought. I collected all the coconuts I collected before, cut and pour into a plastic bottle, poured it as the person about to open a coconut water dealer. In the middle of the island, under the scorching sun, water loss is no joke, water is gold, coconut is diamond. Sofa collect water hegemony he put on ba law to the sea. Just walking and looking sideways, suddenly discovered a fat snail under an old tree. The island is a treasure. Back to the open ground, he took the hammock and stretched it between the two trees. It's better to lie down than in 5 years. Only lack of cups tie coconut is enough combo resort. The cool wind he blinked an afternoon like a king. When you wake up, the knife is cracked. He used a rope to tie up the super skillful hand. Test with some surrounding trees. Delicious chopped knife, performance off the table workmanship up to submission. And then you cut a bunch of dad. It's estimated that 30 to 40 trees are set up. But despite the beautiful trees, ants are also fascinated. Red fire ants are everywhere. It makes you worry about snoring. At night sleepless because of itchy scratching, no derailment. I decided to use two big trees as the main pillar. Quickly build a simple framework. I remember my experience in the Amazon last time. This time he's playing the anti-slip rectangle. And he went on to build the roof with a super design, as steep as a slide. If it rains, the water just flows. Go away, not in time to visit. And then he'd literally cover the roof with green leaves. It's just like a wild leaf roof, but it's sunproof. Against the rain and against sadness, the sky has just fallen. He took a bath under the bright sunset. It's like shooting a shampoo commercial. Life is not like a dream. Your dinner that night was just fine. Coconut water and coconut core. They eat so much that they want to grow leaves on their heads. Eat one thing all the time. I'm starting to get sick and swore I'd have to eat a few more calories tomorrow. Not to go in the middle of the island after the coconut buffet. I let myself in the soft hammock, swinging in the wind like a sleeping are you child. And then sleep like an island god. But God does not love people. It's only 5:30 in the morning. You've been given a camp by insects. Sealed from head to toe like a lively buffet. Open your eyes. The first thing you do is shave some coconuts to help you get hungry. Then make yourself a cup of coffee. Indispensable spiritual and energy savior. After filling the battery with coffee, he carried 3 loads on his shoulders and walked along the beach looking for luck. And luck doesn't really help people who love messiness. He immediately picked up a long, dry bamboo like a stir-fry, and 2 bottles of cool soft drinks. But the treasure doesn't stop there. I went on to get 10 more bottles. Freshwater oyster. I put it all in a big bottle. It's like taking a whole water station. Then he held the bamboo branch of super war right at the innocent coconuts round. That's a lie. He killed 3 people like a ninja. Picking coconuts, forgetting your hands or cutting each fruit. Pour water into a plastic bottle to store as a collector. Capital open coconut water agent. The coconut is absolutely not eaten. Crispy and cool. It's like enjoying yogurt jelly. 100% natural. By the way, he also gathered a pile of dry wood. Indispensable ingredients for tonight's bonfire. Or roast something alive. If the red number returns to the shelter site, you make a sip of cool water to replenish energy. And then skulking around transporting wood like a delivery guy. Stone Age. It's all about reinforcing the cage. Wrong. My place of refuge. While the coconut leaves on the roof, I looked around and suddenly said, "This is as small as a chicken coop." So I decided to remove it. Let's throw it out and start building a new one. Bigger and better. Very quickly then the new roof frame was finished. As sure as a model house in the forest, despite all the effort, you continue to cover every layer of lotus leaf. It's on the roof like a rainforest cake. The glacier's big leaves are too good for a roof. Anti-rain top sun protection. When I finished, I looked out to the sea. The wind blows VI and I fall asleep without knowing. Wake up full of joy. I went back to the roof machine. Continue to collect leaves. Disconnect each one, peeling off each layer like an international tent maker. In the blink of an eye, no. For a few minutes, the tent looked pretty good. But it didn't stop, so I added a second layer. This time covered with split coconut leaves, forming a tent roof. It's like a palace in the middle of a forest. Looking at the results, you are okay. Then take your ass to the sea. Climb up the tree to collect 10 coconut bark. The fire is easy and burns well. While cutting down the tree, I'm tired. The water just flows, like someone who sees food in the dark. And then his stomach started to protest, and he was sick and nauseated. It seems that the consequences of eating coconuts, except for overeating without any fish meat to support, realized the serious situation. He put on his shirt and waded into the sea and loved God. I found a crab hiding in the rocks. So the food already has a job to do, which is to start a fire. I went back into the forest and cut some more coconut shells. Super flammable material used as excellent ignition. Then you cut the dry wood, pointed head, and then tie the strings together into a set of fire drill arcs. It's the ancestral tradition. With a piece of wood as a base, you start the old-fashioned fire ritual, old level God. After a relentless grinding of teeth, the thin smoke appeared. Then the first spark flashed. You put it in the fire, blow fitting brake fan slash and boom. The fire was shining like a spotlight. A little more dry wood, a blazing fire like a warrior of the times. Rock is fun. He screamed through the forest like a toothpick calling out to his fellows. Remember, the crab was hibernating. He quickly held the javelin as gently as a ninja. Go and catch it and throw it into the fire. After about 15 minutes of roasting next to the cooked crab meat, the smell is so strong. I broke the handle. Crab as big as a weapon and devoured. The taste explodes beyond description. It's different from a few days of eating coconuts alone. This is the big party. My first time on the island, the reward for perseverance, and super survival skills. After a full meal, stretch your belly like a festival copper drum. He suddenly realized that there was scarcity of dry wood around him. Find Wi-Fi in the forest, so you're walking around, tracing supplies for the deer fire, not beyond expectations. You quickly collect some dry wood as if catching gold, and ran back to camp with great joy. Next he picked up a small bamboo branch, cut a piece to make a magic flamethrower. The technology is made in jungle. After a test, blowers work extremely efficiently, no less than industrial fire blowers. It doesn't stop there. I've even invented a life jacket as a fan. Double efficiency, it looks cool. I realized there was nothing left in the evening. He carried his things to the sea to search for protein, just stepped into the water. I immediately spotted a baby shrimp diving under the water. That's cool, by the way. All the pressures of life in the middle of the sunset, as brilliant as a painting. After taking a shower, I returned to camp to drop myself in a hammock as soft as a royal bed, watching the sunset in the distance. In a madly hungry mood, dark to the belly like a drum, you start groping for prey. Not long after, with ninja skills using Lao, you take down a fat crab. But one crab alone is not enough. You keep pounding. One more for dinner, one more for dinner. Crab cod is thrown into the fire to roast, while the dried coconut is thrown in the ground. It became a buffet for a flock of coconut crabs. Flock 2. However, because of the coconuts, I don't care about crabs anymore. After a few minutes of turning 9, he quickly broke each. Chew devouring. Enjoy every piece of fragrant crab meat. Proteins rush into the body like electrical energy. After a hard day, I'm back in the hammock. But the short joy is not too long. Before I could dream, I was awakened by the flames. Fuck that. The hammock can't even stand the weight of your love. It tore my bag to the ground in pain. And the hammock is officially on its way. Soluble for dust. There's no other way. I put the rest on the ground as a mattress. I slept one night in the woods in fear. Centipedes creeping up and down like an insect festival. I don't know if you slept well that night, but the next morning, the brilliant third day opened, with the sun and the English blowing fire, as the defender of civilization, so that the fire of love is not extinguished. Looking away, I see the clouds coming. Signs a storm is 5 la visiting. Without hesitation, he took the javelin and the tiger diver to the sea, diving down for food like a new age hunter, under the blue water. No less abundant resources than supermarkets. I just came down and saw the fish swimming. Promises a bountiful hunting day. The vast sea forest food is like an outdoor buffet. A lot of delicious food is beckoning, but your fish gun is bad. Weak as noodles to spend the night. Undeterred, he rushed to the shore. Take it apart and fix it like a real mechanic. And then I picked up some small branches. You say razor. Glossy outer shell is beauty for trees. Prepare to build a price. Frost baking for the next delicious meal. I just finished taking my tools to the sea. I want to catch some fatty fish. But ironically, all the fish are as small as 7 colored fish. Not enough teeth. I have to go back to the shore with a little sadness. I see the tide receding. He enlisted to carry sautéed bamboo to pick coconuts. What hit is that hit coconut fall bag? It's like a rainstorm in just one moment. 8 small pieces have been collected. Don't waste your time pouring water into a plastic bottle. Always a little bit of coconuts. Hold the breath and continue the work of coconut without stopping. With the traditional recipe of pouring improvisation, you quickly to store quite a bit of coconut water in a large bottle, ready for dry days. And then he wrapped a rope around the tail of the lao tree. Upgrade weapons for the fast fishing campaign. But life is not a dream. While they're working on it, he accidentally banged his knee against the hard edge. Pain to the point of frowning like eating bad peppers. Through the pain, he took the javelin to the deep sea to find his prey. Lightning fast target detection. Sneakily swim according to the standard target and launch loud definitely. It was like missing a concert ticket. The fish are as agile as Olympic athletes. Made me shake my head back to the shore. Continue walking along the beach, looking for more ingredients for the hungry belly. With the amount of coconut water in reserve, I've got enough for about a day and a half to survive to the end of the ordeal. I hope it rains a lot to replenish water more precious than gold, and carry some dry wood back to camp. With a meow hungry stomach, hungry cat tet fast hand group fire for warm heart. A bottle of cool coconut water like a soft drink to fool a wobbling stomach. It's getting dark. You go to the beach and whine like a real person, then go back and prepare a delicious dinner. It's actually just crispy, dry coconut flakes. Eat with a twisted face because of boredom. I don't know when to eat a real meal, but no matter how boring, I have to close my eyes and mouth because I have nothing to choose. After eating, I lay down on the ground to sleep a dreamy sleep. Not having time to dream, the sky was pouring rain, as if God loved someone else. The rain helps you solve the problem of lack of water, but the roof is covered in leaves, so it's leaking like a sieve. Makes you wet from head to toe. The fire almost died out. You rush to take bamboo tube blow, like a soldier guarding the city. Quick hand collect rainwater into plastic bottle. Pour into a large bottle for storage. The bottle is full of water now, don't worry. But your hands are wrinkled like pickled plums. It's no different than a mummy finger. I watched the fire through the night. Lim Dim's eyes were still struggling to keep each spark alive. Morning. When I opened my eyes, I saw that the fire was going to sleep. Hurry to blow the whistle of salvation. Last night's rain made the sea rise. It also means more opportunities to hunt. Take your tools to the sea. He excitedly danced like TikToker. I don't know how to learn from AI, but it looks good. Diving into the sea to continue the fishing campaign, but the fish here are like ninjas. Catch forever missed. Finally, luck knocked on the door. You hit a fatty fish. Glad to win the lottery. Hugging the booty to the shore. The fish is beautiful, colors glistening like a rainbow. But it's not enough for dessert. It's true that you only eat coconuts. Determination to eat for full stomach strain. You're diving into the ocean again like a predator. And quickly catch another fish. This time it's a fish, right after ocean flower, with delicate colors like watercolor wear. But I haven't stopped for dinner. Not enough money, so you're in the water again. And just like a skilled hunter's hunch, when the water rises, the fish also swim together like a party. I caught another blackfish. Fin jaws are razor sharp. I almost broke your arm. Fortunately, it was handled quickly. And carry all three of the booty back to camp. I used the branches that I scraped the bark from before. Build a BBQ in the middle of the forest. Put BA fish on the grill fragrant whole area. 5 minutes later, the smell of fragrant fish. I quickly grabbed the youngest one and bit off. It's really good, but only the head. Most of the time, I want to throw up in the sky. It feels so ironic. Hungry to fight the second and third. I swallowed 3 fish. No say as if at a buffet. You have the strength, you collect the coconut leaves. Cover the roof for quick waterproofing. Prepare for the next unexpected rain. It didn't stop there. You're stealing some dry plants. Empty hands that break institutional shells into magic ropes. Because the bark here is tough as buffalo skin. It's perfect for tying things back to camp. You use that bark to fix it. Crossbar for shelter. And then cover it with coconut leaves. And then use the bark to fix it. Then continue to tie firmly. As fast as lightning. You've built a whole wall for shelter. Sigh but full of enthusiasm. Then he hurried to collect more dry wood to keep the fire from going out. If you are too tired, pull out the holy coconut. Cut it in half and gnaw the coconuts like a hungry tiger. I didn't know this was a meal. How much to eat and still eat like never before. It is so delicious that it forgets the sky. There's energy. You continue to collect. Collect more branches and coconut leaves to finish the wall. I am still loyal to the old recipe, covered with coconut leaves, and tie it up like a professional mason. That's a good man. As fast as lightning, I've finished a second wall, just in time for the curtain. The night drew the curtains and the sky poured a rain. Surprise! And fortunately, thanks to the rapid waterproofing design, I've built terrain walls. So don't worry about getting hit. Only a few drops left. It's as if the ceiling is crying, even if it's a little cold and the fire will go out at night. But in return, the rain brings abundant water, like God's grace. So you're hastening to collect more water. This time we collected 10 liters and divided it into 15 bottles. Enough to use until the hair is grayish. No more worrying about. Another burned his neck, lay out on the ground as shelter. To take a nap. But the weather doesn't please. I just lay down and saw the cold wind. Keep your eyes open. I sat up on my chin contemplating a life full of coconuts, and the fish thought for a moment that the eyelids were drooping. Finally got a good night's sleep, so escape to the 5th day of survival. Wake up in the morning, your face is like a zombie without coffee. I didn't sleep well last night because the ground was too heavy. Stay awake and grab a bag of coffee. Put some in your mouth. Drinking water as if taking a brain tonic. I can see life is fresh again. He carried his tools to find dry wood to store, while hunting for breakfast. With the javelin in hand, you dive into the sea full of air, but he's floating in the water and there's a sudden wave. It made me run straight to the shore. Waiting for the waves to recede, you keep falling, and quickly spotted the first fish. But 2 launches. Your bow is deflected like a student throwing chalk. It didn't hit the scales. Back to the shore with a twisted loutree like an exo. He adjusted his head and sighed because it was noon. The stomach is still protesting because of hunger. Too weak. I close my eyes in a peaceful space, but my stomach won't let me get up. Carrying with tools, I dived again and this time I caught a fish. Bring it home, and then come back and hunt another one. Always win the prize in your hand. You start a fire, blow with bamboo tubes and rebuild the sacred grill. Put to fish on. The smell was so strong that my stomach was scratching. He enjoyed a meal that was simple but full of protein. Fish flesh as soft as thawing on the tip of the tongue. But you can't fill your stomach. He dived again and caught another blackfish. Not beautiful, but still grill and enjoy right in the shelter. It's like having a picnic in the woods. Drinking rainwater is boring. He was going to pick coconuts for change. AI suspects along the way to detect a pile of plastic bottles drifting. At the right time in the right place. The right type of water to the familiar coconut root. He used the familiar long bamboo saute. Ready to continue the legendary coconut trick. You hold the sacred bamboo saute, fisting up, fisting down, and the coconuts just crashed like chicken eggs, rolling in the sand. As always, you sit next to me. Coconut chop beach. Then pour water into a plastic bottle to save the body. Harvest finished. I reward myself for the dreamy sunset, just watching the sea and drinking cool coconut water. The night falls. The fire almost died out and there was a bit of coal. You blow the pot up like fireworks. Tonight, the menu is still coconut water, coconut flakes and some fresh coconut, because the fish is too much for me. After eating, I was going to sleep and the insects kept buzzing. Make me turn around like a circus. But still can't sleep. You also survived. Friday morning with a zombie face. Eyes lethargic, yawning back and forth. I made a cup of coffee for breakfast, and then take the gun and shoot the fish out to sea. The first shot he missed because the fish dodged like a ninja. The name is plugged directly into the form of coral. The arrowhead abrades like a toothpick. You're trying to get the grindstone back. Then continue hunting. The second shot hit. A delicious fatty fish fits in the hand. But as usual, eating one is not enough. So I caught one more for a couple. Look at the 2 fat fish. I almost want to make sashimi on the spot. To the camp he grilled fish while cultivating coconut water. The sweet smell. Soft meat fish with less bone. After lunch, I went hunting again. This time I shot 2 more for dinner. While waiting for the fish to cook, I run to the sea in the wind. Come back and have some hot fish. Crispy fish pieces. Just put in my mouth are Lim Dim's eyes. It's like enjoying a delicious meal. Before the sky could digest it all, the rain fell. True wild combo. It's cold and wet and I can't sleep. I sat by the fire like a wet cat, trying to reach the morning in the pouring rain. Today is the last day. You put out the fire, unpack the shelter. The wild mansion built by hand. Pack your things in 3 carts out to sea. I saw the boat driver waiting. So the challenge of survival is over. I came home in a good mood. It's like coming back from a week of camping. Level God of Sorrow.